so now we're getting into this. Alright, and we are into this game, everybody. We are spawning directly on top of Golden, who is going to be the representative from Quantic. He is doing incredibly well, and he is on the verge of getting the qualifying spot, the last qualifying spot, this American Qualifiers for Intel Extreme Masters Singapore. If he wins one more game before his opponent Stardust can win 3, Golden is through. If Stardust could go ahead and take the next 3 games in a row, he will be qualified for Intel Extreme Masters Singapore, a massive tournament. $82,000 prize will be available there. We got a big thank you to the sponsors for hosting and letting everything happen from today. That is Intel, Patriot Memory, as well as BenQ. So super shout out and thank you to the sponsors for helping today happen. And we are going to be having this game, this PVZ, and I have no idea what to expect because Golden has completely reversed what's happened before in the series. Because Stardust has been wrecking Zergs, and Golden's been wrecking Protosses. This is an incredible series.
Yeah, I'd really like to see, and I know it's the third game, and this is all on the line, and when you think that, you say, I want to play my best macro game, but I really think on Ohana, Stardust should just go for that all-in. He has yet to do a 2-base all-in that I've seen anyways, versus a Zerg player, so I would like to see it.
Yeah, I mean, if he just switched it up, that'd be great, because he's been doing the same start every single game, and Golden in that last game showed a comfortable handling of it, where he was just like, cool, time to rush Broodlords, and then defend the attack, and then time to just slowly push forward while I just minimize your damage from your harassment.
Yeah, and it does seem that Stardust really likes to build up towards that late game and thinks that his harassment's really going to win them the game. And it does win them the game a lot of times on NA ladders or, smaller tournaments. You watch him, you see him win a lot of times just through pure harassment. But if that doesn't work, you really got to start mixing it up build order-wise.
Yeah. And that's the big thing about these best of series. Golden seems to be the more seasoned person right now in these best of series within StarCraft 2.
Yeah, and it's so weird because Stardust usually has no qualms about doing a proxy 2 gate and play hams and stuff like that. So I think maybe it's the pressure of being a very big online qualifier rather than just a play ham that's maybe making him a little tight when it comes to choosing his build orders.
It could be, or maybe he's got oh, you know what actually I would also like to see is to maybe a little more comfortable with him if he doesn't want to change his style too much, is that he could just show that he wants to do the same build order and then just tweak it slightly. Like, don't get the second Forge, get the Blink instead of the Charge at first, and be more aggressive with Blink Stalkers and maybe even Immortals and some Sentries or something like that, and just change it up in those small little ways that could really trick Golden, because Golden's going to be expecting the same thing again.
Right, exactly. Or even getting Colossi instead of a lot of Immortals, because, he only went Colossi mid-game once, one game that I casted. So if you could mix it up and have some type of attack off of that, I think Golden might be very surprised.
Yeah, but now we do see the Sunrise Core in the main base. I kind of like that, because it just hides a little bit of the Warp Gate timing and the Chrono Wing that could happen on it, and it keeps one less major building in the wall in the case of some kind of weird Baneling play. But you know what? I actually wouldn't be surprised if Golden just started throwing down a bunch of gas geysers and doing some kind of weird cheesy thing to get a quick third win, and then just be like, sweet, time to go ahead and get to Intel Extreme Masters.
Yeah, and it's third game when you're up 2-0. That would be the way to go, wouldn't it? Just do some type of quick cheese or very aggressive style to get it over with, and that's only one game down, and you're already up 2.
Yeah, he's going for third base, but we've seen him cheese with this quick 3 base against Boyo. He canceled the third, and then he also just kept the third in one game and just went for massive amounts of slow links and just went through the wall. Ohana, you're not going to be able to do that slow link wall thing. However, you could cancel the third, get a Roach Warren, and be aggressive with that little attack, but there is no gases, so odds are it seems we are going to be seeing Golden playing macro.
Yeah, and if he thinks that Stardust is going to play macro, then that's also a very smart decision. You're playing fine, you're up 2 games, it's going to be the same exact thing, then you're probably going to win again, aren't you?
Yeah, and actually we have no Warp Gate started yet. The Gas Geysers have done a lot, but where's... Oh, we have Robo being thrown down before Warp Gate. That's kind of an interesting little choice. He's got his ground attack coming up as well. I hope he didn't forget Warp gate.
Oh, I think that's a mistake. Oh no.
Uh, Eee.
Hopefully he realizes real soon, because he is up to 150 gas. He just spent a few on upgrades and a Twilight Council, but
Oh, he's getting a Forge and a
uh,
Twilight Council, so yeah, he's doing the same style, but there's no warp gate.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a mistake. So he's gonna
Yeah.
like expect it at some point and start clicking that W button, and it's not gonna work.
But he hasn't chronoed it. That's the interesting thing. Because he just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fake. Look at this. He's throwing down a bunch more gates now, but.
Oh.
Okay, cool. He is playing mind games. He's faking it out, but there's still no warp gate. This still shows that he would want warp gate. He's getting out an immortal. Unless he's going to try and just produce from them without the warp gate? Is he trying to hit a weird time? I don't understand. He should have warp gate.
Yeah, he should definitely have Warp Gate. I've seen one player do a build where he didn't get Warp Gate, and it was in a 3v3 gold level, so I think it's going to be a mistake. And this is going to be completely devastating.
Yeah, and Golden is thinking it's the same exact thing, but um, we still see no warp gate. We see him still producing out of the gateway normally. Maybe he did do that on purpose.
Yeah, and like in your point, he should be chronoing his Warp Gate, so he should be noticing it. So that's why it seems unclear as to whether that's not a mistake, because that would be a really good indication. Finally, it starts. Oh my God,
Okay.
there goes the chrono.
Yeah, so that was a mistake.
Oh.
Yeah, and yeah, that's gonna really hurt it. This will really hurt this push. But he's not pushing forward. It's gonna really harm him in terms of getting reinforcements to attack. But Golden's also got a nice little spread of roaches and lings right now. He's got not a ton of them out, but he's producing more. We see his upgrades are also coming along nicely. He does have a very late metabolic boost, but that's okay. His lair tech is done. He's got a macro hatch on the way. We see the glial is getting closer and closer to being done for the roaches, and the missile tax is coming down as well. And now we're seeing Stardust gonna be pushing out, but he's gotta be really careful because he's about to get hit at his third.
Yeah, he just opened the rocks probably to just enforce the fact that this is a fake expand. But, in the meantime, that means that another avenue is open. Now, Golden does see the army. Sees it's kind of scary right now, probably thinking, hey, that's not what it usually is. Tries to attack. Nice force fields, cutting that army in half, and there goes the entirety of Golden's army.
Oh, but he's actually getting a couple shots on 2 sentries do fall. Wow, oh, there we go. Barely gets picked off there by that one roach. So now that's actually a big blow to Stardust to lose those couple sentries there. But he does have his immortals still alive. 4 immortals is very scary right now. We're going to have a lot more lings coming into play than roaches now because of that immortal count.
Unfortunately, not really a proxy pylon was put down. It's hardly a proxy, really. And I don't know if Stardust is feeling comfortable actually doing this all in anymore. He might just actually try and expand. He might just be trying to live up to the expectation, try and fake him out still. I don't know.
Well, he just loaded 4 sentries into his War Prism, so he looks into some Sentry War Prism harass, and he's now going to throw down a Robotics Bay as well, so he is switching everything up, but it's looking like it's just not working for him, because Golden is just ripping him apart, getting down those the nice Ling harassments going in, taking out a lot of the damage and the force field energy that's there, and there's no way Stars can push out anymore with such little force fields.
Yeah, I mean, there's barely any more there. I think there's 2 more, 3 more maybe. So he is going to try and just play this a macro style after that huge blunder with the warp gate, and I'm really not sure how well this is going to work out.
Yeah, this is, if Golden wins, this will be a disappointing end to this amazing qualifiers. But there we go. Now we're seeing coolness. We've got the War Prism going to be allowing for the sentries to force field onto that ramp, but oh, the roaches that are present there are going to be more than enough, and now his entire army is here. Now it's going to be ending that fancy aggression. It is going to be gone now.
Yeah, really good idea. Unfortunately, there's too much in the main base already denying those sentries, and the Queen's focus running that War Prism means he had to get out of there. Now, here comes Golden's aggression trying to return the favor, and how well can he do with a lot of roaches against 5 immortals?
That's a lot. Plus we have the sentries where it's kept alive, but this forces the cancellation on that third. That's what's really important. And Stardust has gone back to double forge. He's not getting charged or blink or anything, but he is going to have so many sentries. With his 4th base of Golden has now completed on the left side. That's a lot of mining. And look at all those Overlords are just hanging out over there, but Gold's doing a great job of preventing Stardust from getting that third base up.
Yeah, and he can continue doing this, but now that the Colossus is out, he actually needs to back off. A second one is also on the way, so he did go for this Colossus, just unfortunately after a failed all-in, or one that didn't really start. It was not even, you can't really call that failed. It didn't even start. And Sentry drops just going and continuing. I'm not sure how well this is really going to work out with Roaches following it, though.
Yeah, they're trying, but it's a tough scenario. But there's also no extended thermal lance that's been started yet.
Oh, that's another mistake, isn't it?
Yeah, that's another mistake. So we're seeing pushing forward. Cancellation on the Nexus. He's still being delayed. Forces are landing nicely, and but the thing is, look at the spread of units. A lot of Stardust units are doing nothing in the back. Now we're having some of the Immortals pushing, but Stalkers are still idle. Now they're going to start getting some shots off, but talk about a good trade for Stardust. My god, he's just killing everything.
Yeah, especially at the end there, getting that nice force-filled ring across a lot of Roaches really helped him out there. Now he should be okay to expand as long as he protects it from any run-bys. The Warp Prism not doing anything right now. I guess it dropped its sentries and they died a horrible death because they're lacking some sentries right now. But yeah. Stardust, he's so far behind.
The scary thing, though, is if you look at supplies, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse.
I think that's just because he's going to go ahead and tech up right now. I don't think he's really focusing on maxing out. Because, I mean, look at his bank right now. The Zerg player has quite a bank, so he could max out if he wanted to, you know, in case Stardust moved down or anything like that.
I think we're going to see a Muta switch coming out from Golden. Because he's going to be mining from 4 bases of gas shortly. His Spire is almost done. The lair is not morphing into a hive. And we have 9 Corruptors. Okay, so he's going to use the Corruptors to kill the Colossi.
Yeah, so apparently he's just going to want to try and end this on lair. And, you know, he might actually be able to do that just with a nice surround. If he kills off any sentries prematurely, those Corruptors will just kill these Colossi. And do they still have... No, there it goes. Finally starts Extended Thermal Lance.
Oh, wow. There's something going on with Stardust right now. He is not 100% this game.
No, I'm guessing he just like misclicked on the warp gate, and since he detected that, he's just messed up completely from that point on.
Yeah, but that's really troublesome because he's still got to win another 3 games if he's going to be taking this series and getting to IEM.
Yeah, and that's going to be so difficult, especially after this game went rather poorly. Even if somehow he can like eke out a win, that'd surely be a confidence booster to eke out a win after such a bad start, but. Even then, his mentality has to be pretty down right now.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, if he can win this game, he's got to just stand up, take a break, walk around the room a few times and collect his head, and then come back to play the 4th game. But right now, Golden is going to start trying to end it. He's going to push forward with so many Lings, so many Roaches, and a bunch of Corruptors just to help him destroy everything. But there we have the big engagement now happening. Corruption on all of the Colossi, 2 fall so quickly. Now it's going to be going on. Another one's going to die in a second. The Corruptors are in high enough numbers that they don't care about the Stalkers right now. With the spread of units, it's really solid. Golden max, Stardust 140. Golden starting to lose some. Wait, Stardust just pushed him back, but he lost the Colossi.
Yeah, he lost 4 very high gas limits. Or no, he lost 3. No, he lost 4. That's a new one. So that was just a lot of gas lost, and Golden's units that were lost were mostly Roaches and Lings, so not quite as expensive, and he can keep remaxing. He's remaxed right now. He'll just keep pushing.
Yeah, and there we go. We're going to see him pushing forward, and there is going to be the units lost that we're going to be watching and see that very few units are really falling for Stardust right now, and he literally only lost 3 in that battle, but they're all pivotal for him at this point.
Yeah, I really think he needs to give up on this Colossus play. There's just too many Corruptors right now. He is doing a good job of, you know, lowering their health, getting a few here and there, but a High Templar switch might be a better choice right now.
He may be thinking that he can't afford to go to High Templar because that would just take too much time. He doesn't... His infrastructure is starting to lack, and his main base is now basically mined out as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point. When you're only on 3 bases this far into the game, it's very hard to do any tech switches whatsoever.
He also only has 55 probes out. Wow, that's actually really low. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, and he didn't lose any, so he just pretty much stopped making probes.
And that's actually really close cancellation timing there. Now we're going to have the Blinking Four going to be attacking a lot of those Corruptors. A couple of them do fall to unfortunate deaths. And we see the Overseer also going to die. But still, Golden's now down to a few Corruptors. Enough that maybe Colossi can start being effective again if the Corruptors do not get rebuilt.
Yeah, definitely. And they're not being rebuilt right now, so this would be a good time for Stardust to start ramping up that Colossus production again. Here comes another attack, though. Fungo's going down this time, switching from Corruptors to just a lot of Infestors. And one Classic goes down. There's just enough Corruptors to do that. And now it's just down to Immortals and Stalkers, really.
Yeah, but Sentries, their Guardian Shields are really helping out, and you know what? Somehow Stardust is making every one of these units count so well, but he blinked forward, and that's going to lose him a bunch of key stalkers. But look at the supplies and look at the money. Golden is not in a not in like a big lead right now.
Yeah, not as much as you would have thought from the early beginnings of this game, but you know, he is going up to that hive, he's getting his upgrades. If Stardust gives him enough time, then we could just see that Broodlord switch that just will devastate Stardust Army.
Alright, so now this Nexus has been thrown up for now the third or fourth time. I've lost count. Which is kind of scary. But these Stalkers are weirdly forward. They might be trying to pick off some creep tumors, but they need an observer. But I don't think there's the observer finally going to be queued up behind that, but there's none on the field. Stardust has literally had no time to build an observer.
Yeah, it's just been under too much pressure, and that's really surprising actually for Stardust, or not Stardust. Golden could have gone for that Muta switch that you early predicted, and really just done a lot of damage to Stardust. So lucky Stardust didn't really need an observer this game, but now he definitely wants one because this creep is getting a little insane.
But Golden's now going to start working for his Broodlords. He really wanted to win this on Lair Tech, and that may be what's giving Stardust the time to get to max food and be ready for this, because now we're going to see him pushing forward. These are looking like it's like Golden doesn't even want to engage. He doesn't feel comfortable with it.
I think what you said there was, you know, perfectly right, that he just stayed on Lair Tech for too long, wanted to end the game, but Stardust has shown that he's able to defend Lair Tech armies rather effectively before, and now he's actually in an alright position. His fourth is actually up. It will need some cannons when he gets some money, and he needs to make sure to protect it while doing some War Prism harassment, hopefully, because nothing's really going on the Zerg side of the base, and he's just being let go to Broodlords.
Yeah, the main and the natural are out for both of the players, essentially just a couple patches left of the naturals, but this means that these guys are actually basically only on 2 or 3 mining bases right now. Golden's just getting onto 3, and Stars going just onto 2, but that's okay for PvZ. You can be on 2 base income versus 3 base Zerg income as a Protoss.
Yeah, you definitely can. Now, Golden is going for a counterattack. He does not want to deal with a big army quite yet, not until the Broodlords are out. But there are only 4 Corruptors on the field, so not a whole... Nope, there they are, actually. There's 8 Corruptors. My mistake. And Stardust is going to move back, try and kill what he can, tries to snipe some Infestors, doesn't quite get it, and just gets fungled.
But the worrisome thing is the fact that there's no melee attack upgrades for Golden. He's spent that time upgrading the Roaches because he wants to use the Roaches to win. He's not ready for that Broodlord switch with the set of upgrades that would really make it potentially devastating.
Yeah, and you know, he doesn't have a Spine Crawler wall either, so that really helped out in that Antigua game where the Spine Crawlers really added some extra damage to the Stalkers that blinked underneath the Broodlords. He doesn't have this time. He's really just relying on unupgraded Zerglings and a lot of Infestors.
And now we're having an infested Terran wall that's going to be just ignored.
Yeah, so that was actually a nice energy bite from Protoss.
Yeah, and Golden knows that, because he's not even bothering to micro those guys. He's just like, yeah, they're not going to be able to do anything. But wait, we have look at this wall of changelings. Look at that weird walls. But now you have the Broodlords out. They're going to start doing a lot of big fungals. Huge fungals laying on top of this thing. And now we're going to have this War Prism here. But it's in the front. It's viable to get fungled, and the Corruptors could also just kill it as well. And they will get both.
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised to see another War Prism. He is getting a second Robo, so maybe double War Prism cranking out, or maybe even just some for more Colossi. Colossi are very important in killing those Broodlords, or Broodlings rather, from the Broodlords. Now, what is Golden? Oh, Golden's going for a slight counterattack, but not really a huge one.
Yeah, I'll look at this, the locking in of a couple of those probes. But now we have, ooh, there's a lot more links now coming into play. They're going to probably be able to snipe this Nexus. There's just not enough in Protoss to be able to deal with this. But we do have another Nexus be going down in that Nook and Cranny base on the left end. Stars doesn't care that he's about to lose a base. He's going to, fine, I'll take your base if you take my base, and then we'll have a nice little mutual death agreement.
Yeah, unfortunately, Golden. Oh, actually, nope. Golden does go for the counterattack into the third as well, because there's nothing there either. So if he gets the third too, this is definitely not worth it for Stardust. And Stardust is pulling back, but he is capped right now, and he cannot warp in, and that third Nexus will go down.
Oh, and that is big. That's not a I have a max army cap. That is a cap as in he's lost pylons cap.
Yeah, unfortunately. And yep, there it goes. Luckily, his fourth is on its way, but his economy, like, he literally has no mineral intake right now.
Yeah, this is going to hurt him so much. He's trying to get this mid-left base, and I don't think Golden has seen it. Golden has not seen it, so Golden's going to try and pushing forward to deal a lot more damage, but Stardust is in a very interesting and precarious spot. There's actually a couple links in his main base. What?
Oh, wow. Hopefully one Zealot can be warped in to deal with that before they kill up Nexus. That would be embarrassing. But Stardust, you know, he needs to push out right now. He knows that, but unfortunately he really can't. There's just too much of an army, and he doesn't have the proper tools to defeat it.
Yep, and those Lings do have their +1 melee attack upgrade now, and that's going to be really important for the Broodlings as well.
Yeah, doing extra damage from the Broodlings, of course, and now they're just posturing, but Golden really, as long as he doesn't they just go out into the middle of the map and get surrounded by Blink Stalkers, can and should win this.
Alright, now we're seeing a nice spread. Those fungals are going to be so pivotal. We've got a lot of Broodlords on the field, and there may just not be enough Stalkers to deal with that. We've got 30 that are trying to do what they can, but 13 Broodlords is so much. Those Broodlords are doing more and more damage, more Stalkers being warped in, and Golden's looking like he's going to be able to overwhelm Stardust. This may be the final battle of this Intel Extreme Masters qualifier for Singapore. This is for the American server, and Golden is just doing so much damage right now. Stardust calls the GG, and we got to give a big congratulations for Golden. He has now just sealed his spot in the Intel Extreme Masters Singapore LAN. Very well done. I applaud you, Golden, and I want to also just immediately applaud the sponsors as well, Intel, BenQ, and Patriot. Thank you guys so much for doing everything you can for esports and helping out the Intel Extreme Masters tournament.